Emotional cheating in marriage, 10 incredible ways you commit it. Hi friends, welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. This video is all about the ways you cheat your spouse emotionally. You always linked cheating in marriage with having physical relationship with the opposite sex. Emotional cheating sounds new to you, doesn't it? Emotional cheating is not new to you. You often indulge in cheating your spouse emotionally without you realizing it. You're now taken aback, aren't you? How can I be accused of cheating when I'm loyal to my spouse, you wonder? You might not cheat your spouse physically, but often you cheat him or her emotionally. Are you wondering what emotional cheating is all about? Emotional cheating means you have a secret emotional connection with the opposite sex. Your emotional bond with the opposite sex converts into cheating because your spouse is completely unaware of the emotional bond you have with the other person. You share your true feelings with the other person but not with your spouse. You like spending time with the other person but not with your spouse. If this was not cheating, what else could be? Most of you think that when you do not indulge in extramarital affairs, you're being loyal to your spouse. Well, not exactly. Emotional cheating is as bad as an extramarital affair. The damage your emotional cheating does to your married life is alarming. Shall we look at the unrealized emotional cheating you often indulge in? The number one emotional cheating is confiding with the opposite sex. Do you discuss important family matters with your colleague, relative, friend of the opposite sex and not with your spouse? Do you discuss the relationship issues you have with your spouse with someone from the opposite sex? When you do not discuss your relationship issues with your spouse but go detailed about it with the opposite sex, it becomes a very dangerous form of emotional cheating. When you ask the other person advice regarding a personal issue in your family, it just means you're overlooking your spouse. Overlooking your spouse signifies that you have no trust in him or her. Lack of trust is an indirect form of cheating. The number two emotional cheating is behaving intimately with the opposite sex. There are times you go overboard when interacting with the opposite sex. You touch the other person inappropriately in the name of friendship. You overstep your limits by acting coy. You have lingering eye contact with the other person, showing that you're interested in him or her. You flirt blatantly with the other person when your spouse is not there. These sort of behaviors are totally unfair to your spouse. You're behaving in an emotionally cheating manner. You can look coyly at your husband. You can flirt with your wife, not with others. This sort of emotionally cheating behavior is one of the unthinking infidelities you often indulge in. The number three emotional cheating is calling the other person at untimely hours. Do you call your friend, colleague at untimely hours without the knowledge of your spouse? This simply means that you find that person interesting than your spouse. You do not call your normal friends late in the night and talk for hours, not without the knowledge of your spouse. When you're emotionally cheating, you move away from your spouse to have a hush-hush talk with your male or female friends. Such untimely talk with the other person is not an innocent conversation. The interaction with the other person is often too personal to be called a friendly conversation. And why should you talk with the other person without your spouse knowing it? If your friendship was innocent, you will not call the person at an untimely hour. When you do so, it just shows that you're indulging in blatant emotional cheating. The number four emotional cheating is discussing your spouse. If you have any issues with your spouse, you should discuss it only with him or her. You should have an open talk with your spouse about the things he or she does which needles you. Frankness and transparency are the hallmark of a good married life. But when you're emotionally cheating your spouse, you discuss him or her with your friend or colleague of the opposite sex. You discuss about the relationship issues you're facing with your spouse with your emotional friend. You degrade your spouse, not worrying that you're sharing personal details about him or her with someone else. You tell the person how much you dislike the habits of your spouse. Not talking to your spouse about your relationship issues but discussing it with the other person is plain emotional cheating. The number five emotional cheating is spending time with the other person. Are you very friendly with the other person? There's nothing wrong in you being friendly with your female or male friends, but your spouse should know about your friendship. When your friendship with the other person is innocent, you will automatically tell your spouse about it. But when you hide your friendship from your spouse and spend rollicking time with the other person, it is emotion cheating. You may justify your friendship with the opposite sex by insisting that you're just spending some fun moments with the person who's on your own wavelength. When your spouse does not know about your friendship, it is cheating him or her, isn't it? The number 6 emotion cheating is you are distant and aloof with your spouse. You do not give emotional support to your spouse. You often leave your spouse to fend for himself or herself when he or she undergoes any problems. When your emotional friend of the opposite sex has problems, you go all out to support him or her. You say caring words to your female or male friend. Naturally, your spouse fumes and frets about your uncaring behavior towards him or her. Your spouse feels you're emotionally cheating him or her by staying aloof and distant from him or her, but being supportive and caring about someone who's not part of the family. The number 7 emotion cheating is social media chatting with the opposite sex. This has become an emotion cheating most modern couples indulge in. You chat with your ex through social media. You send messages to your boyfriend or girlfriend. You make new friends with the opposite sex. You share your personal pictures with your social media friends. All this happens without the knowledge of your spouse. This is emotion cheating in its worst form. The number 8 emotion cheating is your hush-hush talk with the other person. When you talk in a whisper so that your spouse cannot hear what you're talking, then there's something fishy going on. Why should you talk secretively when your spouse is around? This shows you're hiding something from your spouse. When your voice is low, your spouse feels very suspicious about you. When you change the topic when your spouse is near you, it conveys that your friendship is not normal and innocent. The number 9 emotion cheating is behaving crudely with the opposite sex. There are times you laugh loudly at the obscene comments made by the opposite sex. You utter jokes which often border on vulgarity. Your comments and interaction with the other person is often lust-laced and lewd. You deliberately behave physically close with the opposite sex. And your poor spouse does not know that you have such an indecent angle in your character. Behaving decently when your spouse is with you and behaving indecently when your spouse is not there is crudest form of emotional cheating. The number 10 emotion cheating is flirting. Are you a man who stands before a woman with your lower body thrust forward in a lewd posture? When your eyes linger on the body of another woman, you're emotionally cheating your wife. Are you a woman who runs your hands over your hair and adjusts your dress with your eyes focused on another man? You want to attract the man at any cost. You're also emotionally cheating your husband. It is small things that make or break your marriage. Extramarital affair has a devastating effect in your marriage. Emotion cheating too has a shattering effect in your married life. It is a dangerous play you should never indulge in. Did this video make you understand that you could cheat your spouse emotionally also? Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever until death do us part, your relationship goal.